I love winter time. Look how nice all the trees and stuff look. The Jack Frosty little bits all over them. Ooh, yeah. My neighbour's been trimming his apple trees, and I'm going to do mine soon too. But that's not what I came to talk about. Welcome to the Red Pill Diaries. This is Craig, and I've recently been a what's it called? Hypocrite? No, a hypocrite. When you say something, you're doing something else. Well, gone back on what I've said anyway, and said I wouldn't talk about politics anymore, and I don't plan to in the new year. So this is about something I said a while ago about the Q-tard thing. Maybe I'm going to have to eat humble pie. Maybe the Q-tard thing's going to all come true. I don't think so. I still don't think so. But I do think the rigging that I spoke about a while ago seems so obvious in the US elections that I really think that on the 6th of January you might actually get Trump in after all. Not that it's going to make the world a much better place. It's just to be slightly less evil. The same thing's what happened when Hillary Clinton got denied somehow. Who looks like she cheated as well. They're going to do an investigation on the 2016 election because of the anomalies in there, but no one actually bothered to look at before because he won. You see, that's the funny thing. Everyone kept on going about the popular vote back then, but realistically, you know, she wasn't that popular. And most of her votes that she got, she stole off another candidate, Bernie Sanders, who was a complete cuck. Let her do that. So I just wanted to get in at this stage and say it still looks like it's going to happen. I don't care either way. Well, I kind of do. The world would be a slightly better place, but it'd be. It's just like, oh yay! I've got to look forward to. I don't know, a plate full of cockroaches rather than a plate full of diarrhea. You know, that's kind of. The world's never going to get that much better till things kind of fundamentally change, and which leads me to the topic of hyperreality. And it's something I never knew the word about of before, but it's the exact same thing I've described many times, and that we don't realize that even this doesn't have to be a simulation for those that believe in the kind of, you know, the Matrix type simulation scenario of the world. It just has to be something that is so rigged. We are presented with a fake reality in a physical realm, or in a physical aspect of a non-physical realm. What I mean by that is something that to us feels physical, and like many others have said, it's just frequencies and stuff like that. So yeah. Anyway, so yeah, what's happening at the moment in the world is mass awakening, and it's a good thing, and it might not lead to where we need it to lead to. In which case, it'll be like a little boy trying to jump up to get to the next rung in the ladder, but he can't quite reach it. You know, that'll be the human race, and then we might just have another 10 years or 100 years of living in this complete rigged reality that we're in, until another enlightenment phase comes. But that phase is enough to kick us over and reach a new level of evolution. And that evolution might not just be for mankind; it might be for the universe as a whole. If we all make up part of the universe, which we do because we're in it, whatever it is. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. It was just really a short one to say, you know, I don't care what happens either way. Although I'd prefer cheaters not to win, and the cheating's obvious, and it's so obvious that even the right wing and left wing mainstream media are starting to talk about it now, because both the right wing and left wing mainstream media wasn't before. So, you know, when Fox News does the same kind of thing that CNN does, you know there's something that is afoot in the realm of evilness to maintain this false reality that we're all living in, where everything has to be such a struggle when it doesn't actually have to be such a struggle. Yeah, that's where my radar popped up there, is when I see the left and right, the fake left and the fake right aligning, the useful idiots of each side backing each other up and backing their basically showing a global kind of version of Stockholm syndrome, where they're defending their captors. And we're seeing this especially in the left at the moment. We've seen this from the right back in George Bush's era, when those were the people that I couldn't stand dealing with. Now it really is the liberals. And the thing is, most progressives and other leftists like myself, the kind of left-leaning centre libertarian, for want of a better expression, I change it all the time, but it all means the same thing. We don't like, we all don't like them. We all don't like the censorship culture. We all don't like people who can't rationally debate something and have to shut everything down with a label, conspiracy theorist or racist or whatever it is you want to choose to hang on the next person, so that you don't have to listen to the truth that's going to wake you up, and you know it's going to wake you up, and you're scared of it, so you'll do anything to silence that person. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there, but let's hold out hope that on the 6th of January, that the world, at least for Americans, will not be a place where there's going to be instantly attacks waged on Iran, even though Trump has seemed to have allowed this to happen to individuals. He hasn't allowed it to happen to the country yet. And we know that Hillary Clinton would have. And that it's not going to allow the next stage of absolute control, which is quite possible with the technology that governments have their hands on right now, and the collaboration that they all seem to be doing to enforce this global lockdown and global control scenario that you're seeing increasingly all over the world. They have to be in cahoots, because it doesn't make sense that all these differing structures, these different political structures, all deliver the same thing. So from communist countries to other dictatorship, other types of dictatorships, fascist dictatorships, to so-called capitalist or crony capitalist countries, let's be honest, to socialist / capitalist countries, and a couple of socialist countries too. They're all doing the same thing. So the chance of that happening and them not being in cahoots is actually zero. It's not even a percentage. It's just nothing. There's no chance of it happening. At the same time, the same things. It's no chance of it happening. So what's happening is a collusive, or an effort in collusion, and we're all being suckered by it. Even if we're not kind of blue-pilled suckered by it, we're being suckered by it. But the fact that our inability to act against it means that we still have to exist within this bullshit. This is like me. The fact that I live in for most of my time in Slovenia is because I don't accept the system that the useful idiots in Scotland created for the rest of us, and I won't accept it. Eventually, that will be people moving into the away from the cities, and if possible, it would have already happened. People would be moving through the galaxy if it was possible. If it is, who knows? Just to get the fuck away from these structures and systems that are set up to oppress us and hold us back, and in doing so, hold back the development of reality, the development of the universe. Because reality is what it is. If you're in a machine, if you're in a simulation, that's the reality that you have to deal with, to face. So this is the reality that we have, whatever it might be. We need to improve it. It's shite at the moment. It's when you take a step back in life and when you can see the forest for the trees, take a step back instead of being in the weeds all the time, looking at things and close up. It quickly wakes you up, and I think that COVID's forcing people to wake up because they have time to think about stuff instead of how they're going to pay their bills. Now they can just, in many cases, be happy with the fact that, well, not happy with the fact, just accept the fact that they can't pay their bills, and how the fuck they can do anything. Maybe just accept the fact they're going to live in a cardboard box, whatever it is, but that will still give them time to think, more than they had before. Anyway, all's well that ends well. Let's hope it ends well, or continues well. Bye.